is Shay Investigation. We are back with another one. All right, we're going to jump right in it as usual. Today, we're going to be doing Juilo Foolio. If you don't know him, he is a rapper out of Florida. I will be reading the press release from TPD. That is Tampa Police Department. If you do not know and you're not familiar with the acronym, I hail from this area. I grew up over there, so this is a very interesting case. I got to investigate this shit. All right, let's get into it. It says, on June 23rd, 2024, at approximately 4:40 a.m., the police received a 911 call for a shooting at 11606 McKinley Drive, which is, I can't say any crime happens there really because there are intersecting police and sheriffs and veteran police and USF police and state troopers. All right, so in that area, which is right down the street from Busch Gardens and Adventure Island, and I lived right around the corner. I worked at both of them as a young teen back in the day. So, like I said, there's TPD, the sheriff's office, USF police, veteran police, and the state troopers. So whoever took this man out, you would have to have been a fool to attempt this with all these intersecting police departments. And when I say intersecting, I mean they like 1 or 2 minutes away. So not a lot of happens in that area for like at all, really. I mean, can a USF student get robbed at the local Wawa? Yes. But that's because it's a whole bunch of different housing right around the corner. So, but taking somebody out, that's typically something that someone who's not from there would do. All right, back to the article. Upon arriving, officers located 2 vehicles that had been shot at in the parking lot. A total of 4 people were injured in the shooting. 1 person was pronounced deceased, and 3 other victims are being treated at the hospital. Their condition is listed as stable at this time. The victim to be believed to be Charles Jones. Positive identification is pending, so identification is done. They have said that it is Charles Jones, aka Juilo Foolio. Police are investigating what led up to the shooting and working to identify those involved. So, like I said, across the street is USF, Embassy Suites, all relatively high-end hotels. There are always security cameras, especially on USF. USF police roams those streets and you can get pulled over by USF. Oh, I forgot one other police station is literally a couple blocks down the street as well. We have Tampa Terrace PD as well. So 6 different intersecting police or officers in that realm. So anybody can pull you over. If you speeding, you ran a red light, if you didn't stop at the stop sign, you can get ticketed like crazy over there. I'm just saying. So there is somebody that saw something, or if somebody didn't see something, a camera saw something. And whether they get them this week, next week, I mean, I would be shocked if they don't get any movement. You just don't come to Tampa and do this and think you're going to get away with it. They have a lot of cops, a lot of time on their hands. We don't have a lot of gang affiliation things that happen like that. Maybe on Fletcher, but this happened on Fowler Avenue. Like I said, so USF is right in the middle of Fletcher and Fowler Avenue. And he had to have been shot up a lot because literally 2 minutes away is the hospital, which is right next to USF, which also has a medical school right there. And across from that is the VA hospital. So you have so many different intersecting places for him to be saved, basically. So he must have been like DOA when the ambulance got there, unfortunately. So what would lead up to something like this? Apparently, he had been on his Instagram a couple weeks prior and this weekend telling people that he's off of Bougainvillea. So Bougainvillea is like another street over from Fowler Avenue where the shooting happened. He had been at some type of club and then a pool party earlier. So he was just in the general area of Busch Gardens. And so it's very small. You can get from one side to the other in less than 10 minutes. It's really close. And he had been saying, oh, I'm going to be over here. I'm going to be over there. And if you're not from Florida, you don't understand that he's from Jacksonville. Jacksonville is like 3 hours away. So if you're telling somebody you're here, anybody can get in a car and come there. And there is to Tampa. Anybody can pull up real fast, and this is why you should not drop your location. My brother's like, well, he was trying to get to the bag. Well, the bag found him. And I don't mean the money bag. I mean the other kind of bag. I'm just saying. My brother ad nauseum talked about this case on Sunday and how he was a drill rapper and he had been beefing with other people out in Jacksonville and he had been making songs about them getting murked or whatever have you. And about I think he recently made a song about somebody. When I say recent, I mean last couple of years recently made a song about somebody getting murked on their birthday, and long and behold, it happened to him. I guess, karma found him, unfortunately, and it just so happened to be literally down the street from Busch Gardens, which is kind of a shame because it's going to be an eyesore for Busch Gardens. And also, if you don't know, that's how we make a lot of our money is Busch Gardens. The Bucks play here. We have a hockey team, the Tampa Bay Lightning, and we have a baseball team, but that's in St. Pete, which is across the bridge, but they call them the Tampa Devil Rays. Eh, I know. It's all about how you word things, I suppose. So we have a lot going on. But the biggest thing is tourism because they have a wine festival in like wintertime or whatever. So it's really Busch Gardens that pulls for that particular area. And that particular area is working class people. It's not like high end. If you want high end stuff, you need to go Soho. That's like South Tampa, where the money is, the people who have money. I grew up over there by USF. I didn't grow up with money. Working class mom after my dad passed away. So very familiar with the area, very familiar how things change and stay the same, especially for the working class people over there. So on this particular day, he decided that he wanted to stay at the Holiday Inn off of Fowler and McKinley. So it just says McKinley, but it's Fowler and McKinley. And it's a pretty decent hotel. I don't know why you just went and drive home knowing that you beefing with people, honestly. Because it's two different ways you can get to Jacksonville. You can take the way going to Orlando, or you can go through Ocala. There's no way those shooters would have known which way he was going. So just would have made more sense for him just to go home. I mean, because checkout is at noon and it's 4 o'clock in the morning. They wasn't going to get much sleep. So I don't know who came up with that plan, but the plan was wrong. And it's also to be reported that he knew that he was going to pass away on his birthday because he had been going to go see the opium woman. Yes, it's taking a dark turn, y'all. I was getting all the tea. And typically how it works is if you go see the opium man or woman and you have to do all these different sacrifices and stuff, and when you stop doing these sacrifices, then death's gonna be knocking on your door. This is theoretically speaking, I suppose. I guess he made a deal for a couple more years rather than when he was supposed to originally pass away. It gets deep, y'all. It gets real deep. Maybe somebody on YouTube will do a reading or whatever. But I'm pretty sure he is not gonna know where he is or what has happened. Typically, when you pass away like that, you're all right, y'all. Y'all go ahead and put it in the comments what y'all think about this whole story about Julio Foolio losing his life on his birthday of all days. And he was like, this is the best birthday ever. It's your last birthday, unfortunately. All right, y'all. I'm out.